Today we're going to have a bit of a chat about different stances you can have while shooting, or different ways to shoot. And I guess what you need to look out for, and probably the distances more importantly than anything else, about how you should shoot when you're shooting. And the first one of those, and I've got James here who's my mannequin for the day, and the first one is offhand, what most people call offhand. And James, if you could just hold the rifle offhand. This type of shooting generally is kind of 100 and sub 100 meters. So you really want, like if you're in the bush or you're in close range, then offhand is quite easy to do within that kind of 100 meters. Once you stretch out past the 100 meters, and I can tell you this as a matter of fact, or even on paper at the range or anything else, you'll start spreading the bullet all around the place. So you really need to make sure that you're kind of within that kind of 100 meters to take a shot offhand. Quite often when we're doing crop protection and stuff like that, we'll shoot within like that offhand, and you can actually shoot and trace animals offhand quite easily. So if they're within kind of the 50 to 100 meter mark again or closer, you can actually trace across in front of the animal, and you can actually take quite an ethical shot and still take the animal offhand. But again, it's really limited to that kind of 100 meter mark. So what you can add to that while you're when you're offhand to add a little bit more stability is, James, if you just go offhand again, just straight away offhand. One of the things you can do is pull the elbow down into the stomach and actually push your hand up underneath the rifle itself. So the closer your elbow is into your body, the more stable the rifle will be. So that's one of the things. By locking that elbow there, you can actually get more stability on the shot. The other thing you can do is you can actually kneel and take a kneeling shot. So a kneeling shot like this, you can use your elbow to rest on your knee, and you can still take quite a comfortable shot, quite stable. And again, you really only want to be shooting kind of out to 100, maybe 150 at that kind of level with a kneeling shot. The third or the kind of fourth or fifth, or whatever number we're up to now, shot you can take, and you'll probably find that this happens a lot if you hunt overseas, that most of the guides and outfitters will want you to shoot off sticks. And sticks are actually, like I found them when I first started hunting overseas, a little bit uncomfortable, but now I'm quite used to shooting off sticks, and they're actually really bloody good. The only trick with sticks is to make sure that you have them fully elevated before you go out and hunt, because the last thing you want to be doing is mucking around with legs and trying to extend them when you've actually got an animal in front of you to shoot. And sticks are really good for distances above 100 and out to about 250. So in that case, with the sticks, you basically just spread them out to a shoulder level of the shooter, and the shooter just steadies his shot, takes aim, and bang, away you go. Very quick, very effective, and really, really stable. But again, really limited to your between 100 and 250 meters max. Out past 250 meters, you really should be considering actually lying prone. Anything that goes above 250, I always take prone. And prone, James, if you'd like to lay down.
In the long grass.
So the trick with prone, there's a couple of things that, and James is showing straight away, the actual cocked leg or the dog's leg look at the bottom here where he's stabilizing his body. The elbow a little bit extended out from the body again. His other elbow quite a bit forward, shaping his body as an extension to the rifle, which gives you great effect, also good posture for the rifle shot, and real good stability. And this kind of shot you can actually take out, and I've shot prone, up to 500 meters. If you're going to shoot beyond that, the best thing to do is put a bag under the rifle. I don't have a bag here with me today, but what you can do is just chuck your backpack straight underneath the rifle, laying prone like that, and you'll have probably one of the better and more stable shooting positions you can have when you're out and about. The one other position you can shoot from is sitting. And not a lot of people use this position because it actually takes a little bit of time to actually get yourself sat down. You can lay down quicker. So it's not quite, I haven't seen it used myself often in the field, although I have sat like this when I've been propped against the tree. And that's probably the easiest way to use this position, when you're leaning your shoulder or your body weight up against the tree and you're actually sitting against it, and very secured and of course very stable. Again, shooting out to around about the 200 meter mark is probably safe for that type of position. It all depends on your ability with the rifle, of course, and your ability to keep the rifle stable. But I'd suggest that as with most of these positions, the best thing to do is to make sure you know them and make sure you've shot from them before you get out and you're actually hunting an animal, because the last thing you want to do is get out to hunt an animal and not actually know how you should be sitting or lying or standing for that matter, and just take a snapshot that is either going to wound the animal or completely miss that stag of a lifetime. So anyway, I hope it helps, and I hope it gives you a good idea of the different positions you can take while you're shooting, and good luck hunting.